There are two great joys of this evening. One is that we can celebrate a great organization, recognize a wonderful leader and public servant, and enjoy the fellowship of all of you who joined us here this evening. The second great joy is that this evening doubles as the victims of John Sununu post-traumatic stress support group monthly meeting. I'm a member. And looking around the room, it appears we have a quorum.
We like to think that we had a role in putting school choice back in the public debate. There's likely to be a school choice bill this year. People are very familiar with the work we're doing on pension reform and trying to fix that problem. Governor Sununu and I talked constantly for the last couple of years, despite it having nothing to do with his job at the time, about pension reform and fixing it. A very important issue for us. Fixing education funding, and Jean Van Loan, our past chairman, is a leader in that effort. And I think more than that, the state budget is has been a big effort of ours. And
Josiah Bartlett, namesake of the Josiah Bartlett Center for Public Policy, signed the Declaration of Independence. He founded the New Hampshire Medical Society. He served as Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court and was our first governor. But the best thing he ever did was in 1792 when he told the New Hampshire legislature that they had done such a great job that he couldn't think of anything else for them to do. So they packed their bags and went home.
Spending the better part of a decade going to school and working in California, I shudder to think what it would be like if I didn't have the chance to move back to New Hampshire to live and raise my own family. I mention these things because the mission of the Bartlett Center is at the heart of what I observed growing up in a family that became involved in public service almost from the time we arrived in New Hampshire.
Documents like this are put together with a purpose. Sometimes documents like this get misinterpreted. And there is one important task that I would like to enlist you all to be part of. This document has to be amended. It has to be amended because of the school district decisions. That is, in fact, the greatest threat to local control in the state of New Hampshire. He'd come into my office periodically and he'd say, "Those people in Congress, they're a bunch of idiots." I go, "John, they're not all idiots. They're a bunch of idiots." And I said, "John," I said, "some of those people up there might be our idiots." He says, "But they're idiots." And I said, "Okay, can idiots have representation in Congress?" And he looked at me and says, "Well, there's too many of them."
Very fitting, John, that you be honored by the Josiah Bartlett Center for your dedication to the principles of free enterprise and limited government. My friend Emily Mead and all of you who have made the center such an important institution for New Hampshire are fortunate for your service.
Two most flattering things ever said about Governor Sununu are actually said by liberals. A whole bunch of liberals. They called him arrogant, because that's what liberals call a man of the right when he is right. They can't say you're wrong, they say you're arrogant. And they called him abrasive. Abrasive is the liberal term for being right and doing something about it. Now with the president,
The one thing I really learned as governor was that knowing things was important to making policy. Understanding what a budget really has in it allows you to make cuts of things that aren't needed. If you don't know, you cannot do. And what the Bartlett group does, what Josiah Bartlett does, is provides the factual information that is needed for those who believe in smaller, limited, but very effective government to do good policy.